All right, open your eyes. I tricked you. You can't do it. You see that mind of yours? It works 24/7 all the time. It works for you or it works against you. And you make that choice individually, personally. You see, from how you choose to think, you determine your entire direction in life. Let's go through that one more time. How you choose to think, you determine your entire direction in life. How you think determines your fate. Doesn't love attract love? And doesn't hate attract hate? All of us have thoughts. They take shape, they have a form, and they expand. And they can become reality if you so choose. Think about this. All day long, every day, everywhere you go, with the exception of Mother Nature, everything you see was originally what? Conceived in the mind, put to paper.
The Winner's Circle. That's where your audience members are headed when you feature Jack Perry to keynote your next meeting, conference, or convention. An inspirational speaker of the highest magnitude who lives the message that he presents. Jack Perry's stories of material success, financial failure, and a $5 million rebound will hold you and your attendees spellbound. His presentations on developing a winning attitude, superstar selling, and choosing a bulletproof strategy for success combines solid take-home information with an electric on-stage persona. During the next few minutes, you'll see and hear examples of Jack's material and visit with him face-to-face. But first, let's invest a few moments hearing what audience members and clients have to say about Jack Perry.
Jack immediately starts with 220 volts of electricity. He doesn't wait. In fact, your best deal probably is to fasten your safety belt because the train is leaving the station real quick.
We love Jack Perry. It has always been so much fun to have Jack come because my guys, they don't respect somebody who doesn't actually know what they're talking about. So if you get somebody up there who's just bombastic, but clearly they don't know what they're doing, they read newspapers, they go to sleep, they talk to each other, they can be extremely rude. That has never happened to Jack Perry.
Jack is an asset that we have been using more and more and will continue to increase the use of Jack.
One of the toughest challenges that I have as a producer is staying motivated, especially in the last 3 years when we've been going through some of the most horrific times in the 25 years that I've been in the business. And what I've been able to gain from Jack Perry are some tools that can help me stay motivated and help me understand the fact that I can't control the market. I can't control a lot of things, but I can control my own behavior.
I think many of us question, what are we doing here? Why are we working here? And he helps you put that in perspective. And I walk away from all of Jack's presentations having a combination of things happen for me personally. One, I'm motivated, I'm inspired, and I'm thrilled about having the opportunity to have spent time with him. But second, I go back and I really examine, am I doing the best I can? Have I, and or do I have the bar raised high enough? And so he leaves those questions in your mind. But he also says you're in control.
One time, he gave a presentation in front of our entire sales force. And he started the presentation dressed like Rocky Balboa from Rocky the movie. And they played the Rocky theme song, and he literally ran up onto the stage and punched the air just like he was Rocky. And the thing that he pointed out that day that to me I think was very meaningful was that it's okay to get knocked down. It happens. But what he said was, it's not okay if you don't get back up.
I don't think I've seen anything in my 33 years in the business that has projected himself any better than Jack in this particular area.
It's amusing to hear that Jack's one of a kind, but I'm not. I'm just fortunate enough to have grown up in the sales profession with demanding mentors. At IBM, I was in sales, sales management, and branch manager. Ultimately, the district sales manager for the Midwestern United States. I had fabulous training. Later on to the financial services industry, where I served successfully as a broker, a branch manager, and ultimately the CEO of the firm. Then as an investor and an entrepreneur. And let me tell you, when you have to borrow money to make payroll, that is an experience. What I share is the lessons I learned both in huge successes and, yes, major, major failures. Let's go to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Lambeau Field, and it's mid-December. What do you think the temperature's like in Lambeau Field about mid-December? Oh, it's cold. I mean to tell you, I've been there out in the middle of that stadium and it's cold. First thing out comes the visiting team. Great big jackets and parkas. They stand by the heater. Everything they do says, man, I'm cold. I'm communicating. I'm telling you, I'm cold. Now comes the hometown team. Some of them have short sleeve shirts. It's not cold, not absolutely cold at all, because everything they say is, this is Packer weather. One weather, two mindsets. One weather, two mindsets. One decides to deal with the weather and let it deal them defeat. The other deals with it in a positive way that will take them on to victory after victory. A personal choice, wasn't it? Judy, my dear sweet wife of 41 years, we've had a home in Sun Valley, Idaho for many years, and I'm traveling several years ago. I'm on the road, and I call her, and I said, sweetheart, how are you? We start to talk, and she said, you know, Jack, we have a leak in the roof. Oh, Jack just keeps talking. She says, Jack, I said we have a leak in the roof. Sit down. I sit down. Because you see, a leak in the roof, she's trying to tell me something here. She says, Jack, in fact, we're going to have a new roof. Whoa. Now, this is a big house. It's a big roof. It's not like buying a necktie. I mean to say there's silence. Judy's quiet. I'm quiet. New roof. Finally, I said, sweetheart, I'm thrilled that we have a leak in the roof. Whew! Because it means I have a roof. It means I have a house, which my mother and father never had. It means I'm part of the American dream. It means I have opportunity. It is a mindset that you have a choice with each and every day of your life.
Well, it got my blood going. In Las Vegas, it's very important, and it got my blood going. I'm ready for the rest of the day.
Jack Perry was the greatest lead-in for the ICA convention, Las Vegas 2003.
Today, Jack Perry was a tremendous start to the conference that we're involved with.
You're probably wondering what your audience can learn from a guy who managed to lose $5 million in a very short 18 months, but made it back plus a few dollars. Several things. 1, how to develop a winning attitude when you're behind. 2, choosing a bulletproof strategy for success. And 3, why commitment is the key to success. All strong individuals, families, teams, and organizations, they're based on commitment. And these are just a few of the messages your audience will take home. Let's talk about you. Let's face it, nobody here created this market. Nobody created 9/11. Nobody created terrorism. I want you to write down the word FACE on a piece of paper there for me, please, because I want you to think about the facing of it. And it goes as follows. Let's presume you just came from Beijing, China, and this is your first day in this room, in this country. You'd say, whoa, you mean to say I get to have licenses, support, research, this building, trips. You go on, you'd be stunned, you'd be thrilled. Frame of reference, isn't it? Mindset. You realize how fortunate we are. But let me take it even a little closer to home. I want you to, in your own mind now, establish how many households or prospects or clients you have. You know what the number is. Get a number in your mind. And how many assets do you have under management today? Not yesterday. If today were the first day, you'd be absolutely thrilled. The past is a great place to visit. It's a terrible place to live. It just is not a good place to live. The A stands for attitude and activity. Who controls your attitude? You do. The mind is the best tool you'll ever have. You're the gatekeeper of that mind. Who controls the attitude and who controls the activity? You do.
He had them all riveted. I've never seen a crowd stay as focused on the speaker and as attentive as they were for as long as they were, and people actually coming up at the end, hugging him, thanking him for what he just did for them and for their life. It's pretty moving.
He captured all the attention in the room, and he had everybody wanting to hear what was coming next.
He jacked up the energy. He immediately came across very prepared and very excited and just very enthusiastic. It was great.
He gets you motivated. He kind of ties in what it's all about. The meetings during the course of the day are important, but if you don't have belief, pride, and commitment, nothing is, it doesn't amount to anything.
Early in my sales career at IBM, I had the opportunity one day to have breakfast with Tom Watson Jr., the son of the founder, Tom Watson. Part of that conversation centered on the IBM look, dark suits, white shirts. And he was quick to add, "Jack, I want the clothing tailored to each individual's needs. That's important." Well, I took that same tailoring concept and I've applied it to my speaking audience. The first thing I do when I'm selected is I spend time and I interview the meeting planner. And I'm quick to say, "Share with me, give me the names of all your team members at all levels of the company that you would like me to spend time with." I want to find the pain. I want to find what's working right. I want to find what it is they really, really need. And the day before the meeting, I always arrive early so I can mix with the crowd and find out what they're like and let them find out something about me. At the end of the day, when the speech is over and I stand at the door and I shake hands with my audience, the greatest compliment I ever get is, "Jack, I thought you were talking just to me." When I grew up as a young boy, there were certain maxims you just couldn't succeed. And as I look around a little gray hair, some of you will remember in track and field, there was one elusive event that no one could do, the 4-minute mile. The body wasn't made to do it. You couldn't run a mile in 4 minutes. Join me. We're going to go on a little trip. We're going to be in Oxford, England. It's a balmy day over there. It's a track meet. It is May the 6th, 1954, and it's time for the mile run. The starter comes out and he says, "All milers." He gets all the milers over there. He takes his starter pistol in his hand and he says, "Runners, to your mark." He takes the pistol, he puts it to the sky, and all of a sudden, bang, they're off! 3 minutes, 59 and 4 seconds later, Roger Bannister breaks the 4-minute mile. Strange thing happened. All of a sudden, people were faster and stronger. In the next year, 37 people broke the record. Within a year, 300. As of today, it's been broken 955 times. Why? Because they started to believe that they could do it. Think about the things in your life that you believe you can't. Sure enough. A young lady was born to a very poor family in Bethlehem, Tennessee. She had polio, suffered with scarlet fever and pneumonia, and the doctor said, "Mom, your daughter is never going to really walk the right way." Mom said, "Oh, no, you don't understand. I believe." The family massaged her legs 4 and 5 hours a day. Finally, as a young girl, she was able to walk with braces. Then with some special shoes. And personally, I believe in Rome in the 1960 Olympics that Wilma Rudolph, she wore wings of an angel when she didn't win one, she didn't win two. She won 3 gold medals in the sprints and broke the world's record because her mother and father and family believed in her. It was possible.
Jack did a great job for us, and what is really powerful is that my father founded the firm on a lot of the same principles and values that Jack articulated so well today. So a lot of great feedback from our bankers and our reps on Jack's speech this morning.
Jack is always exceptional. I think the reason Jack is always exceptional is because, number one, he doesn't talk about anything that he hasn't done. Everything Jack talks about, Jack believes, Jack lives. Jack is real.
Well, if I'm booking a speaker, I want somebody who can grab their attention, okay? And I want somebody to be able to get something educational across to the people, and I want the people to come away motivated, but I don't want them motivated with no specific direction where they just go off with and are all charged up but they really don't know what to do. I want them to have some specific steps that they're going to take to get to the level that we're trying to achieve through the conference and through the speaker. And that's your man Jack, okay? That's what he does. And that's what he's done for years, and those who basically have worked with him will definitely give you that information. So that's what I look for when I'm looking for a speaker, and that's what I get in Jack.
I don't have to tell you that meetings today are very expensive, not just in dollars, but in lost production time. You need and you deserve a speaker who adds to the value side of the equation. That's where I come in. Unlike other presenters who do their programs and fly away, I'm most effective when I can perform many functions at the same conference. For example, the opening keynote, to set the energy and the direction for the day, for the meeting, and for the conference. And after lunch, wake them up. And of course, close the meeting. Have people walk out believing they can accomplish their goals. In breakout sessions, I bring learning on topics such as questioning skills, prospecting, listening, objections, and the added value, I can host and moderate your panels, elevating them to a much higher level. The bottom line is, I want you to get much more than you bargained for. That's my value proposition for you.
You know, to commit. One must commit to soar and succeed. Without a commitment to your dreams and your goals, you are destined to settle for mediocrity. I don't want to go there. That's a bland and safe middle ground. Yes, when you make a commitment to those dreams or goals, there are going to be challenges along the way. There's going to be a price to pay. There always is. But for that price of dedication and tenacity becomes the reward. What is it? A veritable wellspring of opportunity and experience. Because the moment you commit to a goal, a person, or a partner, then change takes place. Your energy is focused. Your creativity is enhanced. And Providence moves in to bring you people and events that will speed you on your journey. Commit, risk, step forward, stride towards those goals, and most assuredly, you will shine. I've learned to have deep respect for one of Goethe's couplets. Whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Because boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. DeBakey, one of our first heart surgeons, down in Houston, Texas, when he used to break open the chest plate, he'd reach in with his hands and he'd pick up the heart and he'd say, "Yesterday is gone, tomorrow may never come, now is the appointed time." I'll see all of you in the winner's circle. Thank you.
What kind of an audience needs a wake-up call from Jack Perry? Any audience that wants to improve their performance. I look forward to having a conversation with you, talking about your goals and objectives for your next meeting in order to make it the very best meeting that you've ever had.